An update on Ronda Rousey's AEW and Ring of Honor status after she made her ROH debut at last night's AEW and Ring of Honor television tapings. Details on that, plus we got the ratings, the overnight ratings that is for SmackDown as it went head-to-head with AEW Collision. Mickie James clarifies her status on the Impact Wrestling roster after she was removed from the roster page on the Impact Wrestling website. And John Bradshaw Layfield announces the latest Iron Survivor qualifying matches for next week's edition of WWE NXT. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Ronda Rousey, her status with AEW / Ring of Honor after she surprisingly made her Ring of Honor debut last night at the tapings after the live episodes of AEW Collision and AEW Rampage on TNT. Does this mean that Rousey is All Elite? Is she the signing that's going to be unveiled tonight at Full Gear? What's going on with the baddest woman on the planet? Well, if you're not familiar or aware, we did cover this earlier on today, but Ronda Rousey showed up at the November 17 Ring of Honor tapings, leading to much speculation over her status within All Elite Wrestling. Of course, Rousey's been quite busy recently. She wrestled at Thursday night's Wrestling Revolver show, teaming with her best friend Marina Shafir against AEW / Ring of Honor talent, of course being the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion Athena, as well as Billie Starkz, another AEW / ROH contracted talent, in a match that went to a no contest. Now, it went to a no contest after Athena attacked Rousey with the Ring of Honor World Women's Championship, leading some to believe this was the beginning of a feud that may culminate at the Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view or possibly spill over into AEW programming as well. Now, as mentioned on Friday night, Rousey reappeared, this time in Ring of Honor, running the same match back for an upcoming Honor Club match. Now, the hope is, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, that Rousey can generate some subscriptions, but as of Friday night, Rousey has not signed with AEW / Ring of Honor or any Tony Khan company. Rousey was on a handshake deal with AEW, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. Now, according to Fightful, they have been told that the bookings she's done for Ring of Honor, Revolver, and Lucha Vavoom of late have pretty well been because she wanted to work with Shafir. Before leaving WWE, Rousey teamed with and faced longtime friend Shayna Baszler, and it could be a continuation of the same process where basically she just wants to work with her friends and have some fun. But as of right now, she hasn't put pen to paper on an AEW or a Ring of Honor contract or any contract with Tony Khan, and it's just a handshake agreement for now. And for those asking, does this mean that Rousey, because she hasn't put pen to paper yet, is she going to put pen to paper tonight at Full Gear in California? Well, according to Sean Ross Sapp, for those asking, she was also never considered to be the Full Gear signing revealed tonight either. So, it's not going to be Ronda Rousey, according previously to other reports from Sean Ross Sapp. It's not going to be Mercedes Moné. There have been some speculatory reports it could be someone else. We won't give the spoilers away. You can check out the other videos we've done on it. Now, when it comes to Tony Khan and his reaction to Ronda Rousey's Ring of Honor debut, he has actually spoken, I guess, indirectly on the matter. Tony Khan took to Twitter to address the reaction of fans in the building, stating that their holy shit chants were justified. Tony Khan wrote on X, quote, "Justified holy shit chants for Ring of Honor with Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena and her minion Billie Starkz versus Marina Shafir and her hand-picked partner." Now, Tony Khan didn't actually mention Ronda Rousey by name. There is going to be a Full Gear post-show press conference. Maybe he'll be asked about the former WWE Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion after the show this evening. Now, the bout, as I mentioned, was a rematch with the initial tag team match at Wrestling Revolver on Thursday, ending in a no contest after Athena attacked Rousey with her Ring of Honor Women's World title bout. As I mentioned, tonight AEW is going to be announcing a brand new signing, with this new signing putting pen to paper on their AEW contract. It's not expected that is Ronda Rousey. We are going to be live, as I've spoken about several previous times, for a watch-along and a post-show this evening. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to click those notification bells. You'll be notified when we go live for not only the watch-along, but also the post-show. In addition to that, the watch-along is actually already up right now, the event of it. So you can go over there, you can click the notification bell, you can be notified when we go live as well. So you've got all of your bases covered. So hopefully you will join us later on this evening for the show. Now, as I mentioned, Ronda Rousey has had a busy week, and Ronda Rousey has commented on the match she had at Wrestling Revolver this week as well. She said, quote, "This was fun." Rousey has also posted about the bout on Instagram, sharing a highlight reel from the bout with the caption, quote, "Thank you everyone who came out to support last night at PW Revolver." The former UFC and WWE champion has now shared a new clip from that match, noting the following about a moment in which she dropped Athena, quote, "Love this part." Now, following speculation about this, there have been some that have been speculating we are going to be getting a Ring of Honor Women's World Championship match, as I mentioned, at Final Battle in December. As of right now, nothing's been announced, but where do you sit and stand when it comes to Ronda Rousey and her status with AEW/ROH? She hasn't put pen to paper yet. Would you like to see her put pen to paper? Would you like to see her continue in Ring of Honor? Would you like to see her in AEW? Or are you happy right now that she's on just a handshake agreement? What are your thoughts on her star power at this point? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of it in the comments section below. Now, let's move on and talk about some preliminary ratings when it comes to SmackDown as they went head-to-head with AEW Collision last night. There is some good news for WWE SmackDown regarding the ratings while going head-to-head with AEW Collision. As one would expect, they're going to mightily outdraw AEW's regular Saturday night show that was moved to Friday, of course, because tonight is Full Gear. The November 17th edition of SmackDown featured some competition from AEW Collision, which aired on Friday instead of Saturday this week. It was actually the first time ever that Collision went head-to-head with the blue brand of WWE, of course, in recent years due to the fact that they're on Fox. It's their highest drawing and most viewed show every single week. Since AEW Full Gear takes place today, Saturday, November 18, the company decided to move Collision to Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for the 2 hours instead. That meant that wrestling fans in the US could choose between SmackDown on Fox or Collision on TNT. When it comes to the television ratings, WWE is likely going to be very happy with how SmackDown fared against Collision, even though it was always going to be a landslide. It was reported by Programming Insider that SmackDown drew 2.22 million viewers, which is an increase of 6% over last week. These are the overnight ratings. Those are just preliminary numbers. Others have speculated due to the kind of rough range that the overnights versus the actual confirmed numbers end up being. Most likely, SmackDown will probably be over 2.3 million viewers. In addition to that, the coveted 18 to 49 age rating was a 0.60 for 792,000 viewers, which is up really significantly, up 15% from the previous week. It was also the number one show across all broadcast television. The main event segment on SmackDown saw the trio of Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Shotzi, joined by Becky Lynch, who was announced as the War Games partner against Damage Control's Bayley, Women's Champion Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. That War Games match will take place at Survivor Series on November 25th in Chicago. Now, as of right now, the ratings for Collision are not known. I'm sure they will come out probably shortly. We'll get the confirmed numbers for them actually on Monday as well. Same time, we'll get the confirmed numbers for SmackDown, and we'll let you know what those numbers are next week. Now, there's been a bit of conversation about Mickie James, her status with Impact Wrestling recently after she was removed from the Impact Wrestling roster page on the website. And Mickie James has commented on her current status with Impact Wrestling and actually just pro wrestling in general. During her 20-plus year career in pro wrestling, Mickie James is one of the most decorated women's wrestlers in the history of the business. James is a former 5-time women's champion and a 5-time TNA/Impact Knockouts World Champion too. Following her release from WWE in April 2021, James returned to Impact Wrestling and has since then won the Knockouts title 2 more times. In March 2023, James relinquished the Knockouts title she held for 71 days due to a rib injury. Recently, it was revealed that James was removed from the Impact Wrestling website roster page, and also reported by PW Insider that she was taking a break, but she could return. While speaking on her weekly GAW TV YouTube channel with Lisa Marie Varon and also SoCal Val, Mickie James spoke about her Impact Wrestling status, while also revealing that she was never under contract to Impact during her run there. She said, quote, "I will say, I saw also on the internet that I was taken off the Impact roster page, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know what I was really shocked about, and I appreciate the fans. Thank you guys, you are all amazing to know that you care and that it moved you to a point where it kind of rumbled my timeline. I don't know about who else timeline it rumbled, but I certainly saw a bunch of stuff about it. I was like, oh, I've had a wonderful working relationship with Impact this whole time, and I've been able to do some really great stuff. They helped me so much with Empower, but also I was able to, the whole Rumble thing, going back for the Rumble as Knockouts World Champion, but I've never been under contract the whole time I've been there. I have a great relationship with Scott D'Amore. I love Scott. They know that I'm always here for them." James would go on to talk about her husband, Nick Aldis, being the SmackDown general manager, who also also works for the company as a producer. The couple have a son together, so while Nick was on the road with WWE, James is at home being a mother. Quote, I'm always down to do good business, wherever that is, but I also wanted to take a space and just kind of be home and let Nick go out and do his thing as the GM of SmackDown right now without any stress, without any worry, and knowing that I'm momming at home hard. I've still got signings, I still have appearances, I could still show up in a wrestling ring tomorrow if I wanted to and kick all the ass because that's what hardcore country does. So she's basically saying, as of right now, basically confirming what PW Insider was saying, where she's taking somewhat of a break, but she's still ready to do anything. It's just a case of making sure she balances and lines up her schedule with those of her husband, which of course is quite a busy one at the moment. Finally, JBL has revealed the next set of Iron Survivor qualifying matches for NXT. WWE Hall of Famer JBL has named the participants in the upcoming qualifying matches for the NXT Iron Survivor Challenge. Various Hall of Famers have announced the participants in previous week's qualifying matches, with Mick Foley first choosing Dijak and Tyler Bate for the men, and Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton for the women, with Dijak and Tiffany emerging victorious. Last week, Lita picked the participants, naming Trick Williams and Joe Coffey for the men, and Roxanne Perez and Lash Legend for the women, with Trick and Lash picking up the victories. Now it's the turn of former WWE champion John Bradshaw Layfield, who appeared on video to name his chosen participants in the match. On the men's side of things, JBL named Carmelo Hayes and Josh Briggs as the participants, while he chose Blair Davenport and Thea Hale for the women. WWE seemingly teased the potential breakup of Briggs and Jensen on this past week's episode of NXT. Of course, this past week's episode of NXT was already taped due to Thanksgiving week, but we won't get into the spoilers or anything like that. So we'll save that for when it airs on television. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. A reminder once again, you can join us live for the watch along and post show for AEW Full Gear tonight. I'll speak with you then very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.